Hey, William here. Today we're going to be talking about the top 3 items that I use to stay organized as a real estate agent. If that sounds interesting to you, then let's hop into the video. Also, I'm curious to know, what do you use to stay organized in your career? Let me know in the comments below. Have you ever experienced anxiety or the sense of feeling lost because of the amount of work or lack of work that you have to do starting your day? Then I think you might fall into the same boat as other professions that worked for themselves. Real estate is a wonderful career, but it is a self motivating profession and not a very clear path on how to stay on task in order to have a productive day and to feel a sense of accomplishment. So, how do you stay organized in a career that doesn't have a clear path? Well, in my experience, these next items have helped me tremendous in helping me stay focused and achieve my goals. First is to have a yearly calendar, whether it's a digital calendar like iCalendar or Google Calendar on your iPad or on your phone, or you have a paper desk calendar that you can check every day. Either one will help you stay on task for the month. And in particular, I use this calendar. I like to use the paper calendar to put on my desk so that way every time I sit down, I'm able to see what's going on for the month. And the only things I put on this calendar are the important deadline tasks whenever I go under contract with a new client. And this helps me know where I'm at with each client for the month and helps me have a smooth and successful closing. Second is to have a daily planner. And I use this to encompass both my personal life and my career life. So if you've noticed, when you work for yourself or you have your own business, your personal life and your work life oftentimes becomes really mingled together. And having a planner that encompasses both is truly what I was looking for. Whether you use a digital daily planner that I have used on my iPad, or you can use a paper physical planner. Either one really gets the job done as long as you're going back to it every day and making sure that you're staying on task. They both really tend to do the job, but I always tend to gravitate for some reason to the paper planner, and I guess it's just maybe something, the first thing that I do when I wake up. It's easier for me just to grab the paper planner versus the digital planner having to open the app. So I always tend to gravitate towards that. The one that I like to use is by a company called the Monk Manual, and I can write a review on that one or make a review video later on why specifically I like that planner. I use this planner at the start of every day, right early in the morning, and it's the first thing that I grab. And this really helps me stay on task on what's important to me for that particular day. I start off by writing my top 3 priorities for the day. So no matter what I do that entire day, those 3 take precedence over anything else. So whether it's going to a closing for a client, or if I'm expecting an appraisal report to come back, even if it's something like going to the grocery store or going to the gym for the day, this really encompasses, my personal and my work life. So I just put my top 3 items, and no matter what, those 3 get done and get checked off of my list. Then I also have a to-do area, a general to-do area, with bullet points, and these are going to be the tasks that I've agreed with, let's say, a client to do, like prepare for a listing presentation or do a property search for a particular buyer. This also can be simple, mundane things to do, like putting a clothes of laundry to wash or making sure the bed's made. This is where all those to-do items go under. And after that, then I also have an area that is scheduled in 30-minute increments. And so I'm able to schedule out and prioritize the important tasks as well, like going to meetings, any trainings that I might have, also prospecting. The number one thing in real estate is making sure that you're prospecting all the time. And so when I schedule these in my 30-minute increment blocks, I try not to schedule anything else for that particular time block. And as you might know, real estate is a very fluid profession. So it doesn't always stay exactly, but I try to keep it consistent, and it helps me have an overall better day and make sure that I feel productive. And the last section that I have on this planner is the top 3 things that I'm grateful for the day. And this is more so of a personal list to make sure that I don't sweat the things that are out of my control, because I think that that's in all professions. There's going to be things that are just out of your control. And to help me stay focused on the positive things instead of seeing only the negative things in life, which can take you down a scary spiral, to say the least. Third is the CRM, which stands for Customer Relationship Management. And they have plenty of these nowadays. Really, you can have one that is free and that you don't have to pay for. And then they also have paid for CRMs. And the differences are going to be the tools and features that it has. And it's really up to you to choose which one you'd like to use. Thankfully for me, my brokerage provides me with a great CRM. And so I stick to that one. And it is definitely one of the things that I cannot go without every single day. In the old days, you might have used a notebook or a journal, or dare I say a sticky note, in order to keep track of all of your potential leads, all of your customers and clients, and it just wasn't a very structured way. And also, what happens if you misplace one or you lose that sticky note? Yeah, you probably just lost a client. Now, thankfully, you have a CRM that retains all the information for that person. So whether you need a contact number, it retains the text messages, the recorded phone calls. It has things you can do, like give yourself a task if you want to call somebody in 2 weeks' time to follow up to see how they're doing, or to even schedule maybe for a past client to reach out to them, maybe 1, 2, or 3 times per year. You can pre-schedule these things, and it will automatically give you a notification when that time comes. And that is an invaluable tool to have. You can move people from cold lead to potential lead to client to under contract and now to close. And now you can search people and filter your database depending on where they are in their home search or in their whole process. And that, my friends, is definitely something worth having. Real estate is not just about making a sale and moving on to the next buyer or to the next seller. It's about nurturing your past clients and hopefully building a strong friendship. It's about retaining these friendships. And if they ever need anything in the future, or if they have a coworker that's looking to buy or sell, or if they have a family member, guess who they're going to call? Yeah, they're probably going to call you. This system is invaluable in keeping track of your entire database. All your leads, all your current clients, and all your future and past clients, all stored in one database. If you have stayed around to the end, thank you. And as a bonus, I wanted to give you guys and leave you with an additional item that I use to keep my mind from saying, okay, where am I with this person? And what's next? I use a whiteboard and I hang it in the office, somewhere that I can visually see this every time I get up and every time I get down for visual tracking. And I try to keep it simple and concise with only 4 columns. I have the name, the status, the deadline, and any comments I might have. This lets me know if they're a buyer, if they're a seller, what deadlines are approaching, and what kind of side notes do I have for them? You know, have they been pre-approved? Are they looking in 2 specific areas, 3 specific areas? It lets me jot down just little tidbits and notes. They say repetition is the key to learning and mastery. So I make sure that I can see this board every time I get up, every time I come back in the office, to make sure that I see it as often as possible so that I can be on top of my game. These were the top 3 items that I use to stay organized. Please consider leaving a comment down below with any ideas or suggestions you might have. Also, consider subscribing and liking my video if you found any of this information useful, or if you'd also like to see more related videos to real estate meets tech.